Hi everyone. So we're going to try to use extrapolation to estimate when Mexico might reach a 80% vaccination rate. I'm going to do a little trick here. I'm going to go over to here on the top left of this website, hit Add Country, unselect all, and then just hit Mexico. You don't need to do this, but especially if I'm making a video to try to explain, maybe I should try to make it more clear. So this is an interesting graph, isn't it? I mean, this is the share of people who received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine in Mexico, and it has a similar shape to the graph of the USA that we saw earlier. In fact, I just can't help throwing in the US's graph as well, just to see, just for out of interest. So it's kind of similar. US has a slow distribution rate, and it shoots up and then it slows down again, right? Same with Mexico. They slow rollout and distribution, and then all of a sudden they have a real uptick. And now they might be slowing down a bit here in Mexico. So, and then I just think it's interesting to see the differences in between the two countries. I mean, there's a huge gap here back in June 2021, right? But anyway, let's just focus on Mexico. So the thing about extrapolation is you don't want, you can see that this is not a perfectly linear graph. It's not a straight line, okay? So the extrapolation makes sense that we will just look at recent data to try to predict the future, because you can see it's approximately a straight line from August through September, right? So we're going to use that as our approximation, right? Rather than going all the way back into July or June, because July through September, it won't be as accurate, will it? So let's just have a look at a recent date. I'm getting September 25th, and you could use 24th or whatever date you're using is fine, just to get an estimate. But I'm getting September 25th. We're at 48.7%. If I go back to about August 25th, that'll just give me an approximate monthly, I can get an approximate monthly rate from that. So back in August, we were at 43.7. So 43.7% to 48.7%, right? So if I subtract, and of course you can do that in a calculator, you'll come up with 5%. So this is our average growth rate, or I guess our monthly growth rate, right? And so we're just going to use that to project out to the future. So let's try to get to 80% if we keep going with the exact same growth rate, right? So 80% or 80.0 minus our where we're at right now, 48.7. And of course you're going to have different numbers depending on your date. That's fine. Let's see. 80 minus 48.7 gives us 31.3. So we got 31.3% of the population left to be vaccinated to get to that 80% threshold, right? And then if I just take the 31.3% remaining to get vaccinated, to get to 8%, divide that by 5% vaccinated per month, I get about what? 31.3 over 5. I get about 6.26. I'm going to call that, 6.3 or 6.26 months. Okay? So we'll just round that to about 6 months' time. I mean, this is an estimate, right? So we're in September, end of September right now. So end of October, November, December, January, February, March. So about the end of March, from the end of September. So end of March, or a little bit longer actually, right? So end of March, April. So I'm going to say we'll get there about April 2022 at this rate, okay? So April 2022, 80% of Mexico's population will have at least one shot of the vaccine if we keep going at this rate. Of course, if that rate increases, we'll get there sooner. If that rate decreases, it'll take longer, right? But about April 2022.